Cool. It looks like we are live. What is going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of the Narik Chase, and I have with me again Ken. KP is
What
in the
up?
house with me for another great episode of Breaking the Baits.
This one will
Yeah,
be interesting.
yeah. I think this is episode 139. Well, we getting up there. That's good. 100 episode 139. Pretty soon we're gonna be on like episode 200.
Yeah, let's keep going. Keep going.
We gotta figure out a topic for episode 200. Be like very special or something. But we'll figure
The mega super special 2 hour special.
it out. But yes, of course, we are here today, and we're going to be talking about, and we've talked about the Nightmare on Elm Street series before. We talked about Freddy Krueger before, but I think uh, we could talk about this too without it feeling like it's going to be overly intrusive or repetitive. We are going to be talking about ideas for a remake slash reboot uh, of the Nightmare on Elm Street TV series. Now, I didn't know or probably forgot that they had one like in the late '80s, early '90s. It was like 2 year, 2 or 3, like 2 3 year run. Uh, so, and I don't remember nothing. I don't remember crap about it, but
I don't even think I ever
uh,
watched it, to be honest.
yeah. So I don't remember
It
it.
made
So,
44 episodes, if that gives you any idea.
how many?
44 episodes.
I think it was the way I read up on it. It was like it was an anthology.
Yeah,
So I don't.
anthology series similar to the Twilight Zone. The host was hosted by Freddy Krueger as Robert Englund reprising his role. He kind of more was a background character, and they were just kind of doing more of the, I don't know, not so much him as the focal point, but more like a Twilight Zone episode series where he's kind of narrating it.
Yeah. Now, for
Which,
those of you, very few people who don't know what the Friday, the A Nightmare on Elm Street television series is about, it is about this surrounds this fictional character named Freddy Krueger, who is brought back from the dead as this extremely powerful specter who is seeking revenge on the kids of the people that murdered him. Basically, uh, well, he came back after the vengeful parents of the kids he's already killed in life, and now he's like killing more kids in death. So, uh,
yeah, about that.
yeah, it's like it's kind of weird. It's like well, if you were killing kids in life, ain't that kind of like just dudes? Like I don't know. Like, don't you think that's what you deserve? But okay. So and we've talked about the movies, and the reason why I came up with this episode not only because Madam B thought it was a great idea to write it on the board for ideas for videos, but also because I've always had my issues with the series because I found the film series to be pretty inconsistent, and really like the only two consistent things about the entire series is well, not the entire series, the majority of the series is Robert England plays Freddy for like what is it, eight of the movies.
Yep.
Yeah,
One,
and
two, three, four. Yep, 8 movies.
the one chick, she comes back in two of them. That's like no, she comes back in three of them. It was the first movie. It was Dream Warriors, and then she came back in a new night and New Nightmare. Even though I didn't like her in that one. But the reason why I say that the Nightmare on Elm Street should actually be a series is because I think they can do a lot more exposition of the character of Freddy, give him more of a backstory than what we've gotten in the movies, as well as give us some characters that we care about and we get to know a little bit about. If you've been a fan of the series, they kind of play into these certain like um, formulas.
Yes, very
Like
much so.
yeah, they play into the same a lot of formulas. Because I just thought about it. like in what are like all of the movies that Freddy goes after these people, they're teens, right?
Most of them, if not
Have
all
you,
of them, they're all kids. Yeah, pretty much.
but have you noticed that none of them had like siblings?
True. They had no
Like
other
I can't.
brothers, sisters, relatives.
They have any younger brothers or sisters. The only kid, the prominent kid, the only kid to be like prominently featured was the kid in the Dream Child, but they didn't really do anything with that kid after that movie. And then the one that was in the New Nightmare, but then again, like I said, it didn't really do anything later on after that movie. But after that, like all of the teenagers and stuff that he goes after, they don't have like families that you see and know of. And I think if
Yeah,
we
that's
did
funny because
have
we
it,
never ever really do. Thinking about it, we never. It's always the kid, and they might be like, "Hi, mom, bye, mom," or whatever. Briefly. That's it. They just
hmm
go.
and like I said, I think it'd be really good to give let us get because one of the problems with the series is that I believe the characters because yes, there are some memorable characters. Of course, I guess you could say Nancy. I'm on the fence about Nancy's character because not because she's like a compelling character, but she's like the character that like survived. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's her character is like watching Harry Potter. When you're watching Harry Potter, you're like, okay, he's a cool magician. He's a likable character, but what makes him stand out from like all of these other characters? Because a lot of the other characters have better, whether it's skills, abilities, moments, they have much more to offer than Harry does because he's like a normal level wizard. So you think about Nancy in the same aspect. I'm like, what does Nancy? What does
Yeah,
she do? Like,
exactly.
all she
What
do is
is her?
survive.
What is her catch? Why
Yeah.
stand out?
And you gotta forgive me. You see me doing like this stupid fly,
Attack trained.
a
Go
bloat
eat your
fly.
brain.
But like, if you like I said, if you could think about it, like, okay, who are like the characters? Like, what character like stands out? Like, I can't really think. I mean, and even if you do think of some characters, most of the time you'd be like, okay, the Dream Warriors. And I was thinking about Dream Warriors as well. Like, but where did these kids come from?
Well, it's just like the whole, like everything. All the characters are very generic. No one's really there to remember. They're all basically, they're toast. Basically, they're all red shirts.
hmm
I mean, very like aside from Nancy, I can't even. I honestly can't even think of a character aside from her that actually stood out. And the only reason she stands out is because she survived twice, three times actually, I think. But that's it. I mean, nobody sticks out. Nobody stands here. I mean, that's it. They're all red shirts. But here's the thing: they went into a TV series, a legitimate TV series, not just like I was just reading a minute ago, where we can establish good characters. We could even take the Dream Warrior concept, the movie Dream Warrior,
Yeah,
and bring on, okay, we find all these kids are plagued by the same thing. They keep seeing Freddy, 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 and he's coming back. Okay, let's take them and give them each like their own little story, get them started in how they're connected to Freddy, and then how they are going to work against him to save the day, basically.
yeah.
Now,
That's yeah. Go ahead.
well, you could draw that out into at least a 13 series.
Yep.
You know, I think there
Or
was originally 4 Dream Warriors, I think, or 4 or 5.
do do what they did with the when they remade the Friday the 13th movie. They took the first three Friday the 13th movies and they put them in one. You can have Nancy being taunted by Freddy on this end. You can have that one dude from the second movie being taunted by Freddy on this end, but done a little bit better because all he did was cry. He was one of the whiniest characters. That's one reason I didn't like we whine too much.
Well,
Uh,
again, remember they're all expendable.
yeah, and then like you can make it to where like all of this stuff is happening. Like I said, you can have one storyline following Nancy and her friends. You have another storyline following this cat and stuff, and even changed up to where they're all kind of like the same school or something. And even have something following the dream warrior aspect, whether both of them get sent to the what you call it, the asylum or whatever, or the crazy place, whatever you want to call it,
Mm-hmm.
Sand Hill. I don't know, but
Welcome to Sand Hill. Can I help you?
but you know what I'm saying, like they could easily just take the script from all three of the first three movies and then write it all together. Just combine it all together. You have 13 episodes. Because I'm with you on that. Ever since Netflix done drew out this whole 13 episode thing and they made all of these great series in like 13 episodes, I'm like, yes, they can take either the first two movies, maybe even the first movie. And if they had a good enough staff of writers, because I'm not going to trust this with one person, uh, stretch them out into 13 episodes.
Yeah, just
You will
make it.
have, oh, what you about to say?
Just make it a developing, evolving story. You don't. I mean, even if you didn't even use. I mean, if you could use the one of the movie bases is to start it, and then just go a different route. Make it. Again, develop our warriors, develop their story, develop characters that we actually care about now. And we're not so worried about being expendables. I mean, granted, somebody's going to die. It's just going to happen. There's going to be something happens that's got to
Yeah.
keep them fueled. But, put a character in there we can remember and keep on trucking.
And I think also they should do it too if it's a series. That Freddy Krueger just can't outright just kill you like when he first meets you. I think it should be depending. Like yes, he depends on fear, but I think it should be like he's sowing a seed in a person. Because if enough people believe him, he can just wipe out everybody in like one night. I guess right now, but I think it should be. Uh, him planting a seed of fear in the person, which will also work for the series of him taunting each person over a course of time. So that way, you know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It'll make sense because it'll give us time to get to know the characters.
Well, he wants to taunt them. He wants to learn them. He wants to learn their weaknesses. He can play with them. He can show up and see person number one and then kind of play with them and toy with them and see where he wants to go with it.
Yeah.
And then just keep on going.
See, that's what they really should or do with that. Like honestly, I was thinking who would be a good person to like create this series, and I can't really think of anybody offhand because uh, I you could say like the only horror series that I've seen that's kind of kooky like that would be the Ash versus Evil Dead. But it also begs the question too: if it's going to be a series, how serious is like the character of Freddy Krueger? Is he going to be like serious slash goofy, like the Robert England who actually became less serious and more goofy, or be like old dude from the remake who was like straight serious?
I,
Uh,
I don't know how I wanted to have a I don't know. I think that the love and care of the Robert Englund character as Freddy is. I mean, he could be the dark. I mean, there was a couple were just pretty gruesome. He didn't have that humor right off the bat, but then I think the audiences really drove that humor. So he started becoming. They started from being from kind of creepy, eerie in the beginning to being evolving to be a more humorous style. Um, I guess you could say that's because if you watch the very first one, I mean, he was kind of a smart alecky, but not.
yeah, but he was more serious in the first.
Yeah, he wasn't overbearing. The second one, he got a little bit more, but then as they progressed, he became more of a smart aleck, smart ass character. Like you can't beat me, and then he was just like playing around. He got that style of humor, like the one girl that was an addict. And he was sitting there messing with, well, how about some of these? How about a fill? And his fingers are all syringes, and he jams them in her arm and kills her with an overdose. His style changed and evolved through the whole series. So
and it's like okay, if he's going to be doing this, is he going to? And again, I'm going back towards the I can't remember the guy's name who was in the remake, but I did like him. I really did like him. Uh, is it going towards him trying to scare a person? Is it going towards him trying to and like Robert England? Usually, when a lot of times you see him do kill somebody or whatever, well, later on, it was more. It started becoming kind of a gimmicky type of theme when he killed a person. When the dude was in did the comic book thing, what did Freddy Krueger do? He turned to Super Freddy. Um, there was the kid in the video game. There was the chef where Freddy Krueger was a chef.
Yeah, he changed his character to represent the people.
So it's like, okay, do you want him to be like more like that in a way, or do you want him to be more like, okay, it's Freddy. Like he wants you to know it's Freddy. It's not just him like doing goofy crap and theming his kills. But it's like, okay, the best example is the girl that got turned into a cockroach. Like in that sequence in this like a television series, would you want Freddy to kill her like that, crush her like make her turn into this roach and then crush her, or would you want her to be like in this thing where he's messing with her with roaches, but kill her as Freddy, like with his claws?
Oh, I don't know. I think he needs to taunt and draw him out. Taunt them, taunt them, taunt them. I mean, you could have that on many, many levels of the different characters. You don't want to kill them easily. We want to have some kind of challenge. So maybe she is a cockroach and turns into it, but she becomes a smart, super crafty cockroach, giving him, being a pain in his butt, like taunting it back, going, "You can't catch me," and gets up under stuff where he can't get to her. You know, do some, throw it kind of like an Ash versus Evil Dead kind of humor
Yeah,
style a little bit. When he had the little ashes that were messing with him, jamming his nails in his feet and stuff.
yeah,
You could add something like that. Each character could have their own little thing, as they go against him until they combine. Put some interesting thought into it. Let's just not have a complete slasher film. Let's
yeah.
let's let's bring that formula that made Freddy interesting, that humor that he was doing. Bring that in there and mix it up a little bit. We could throw some serious stuff in there. I mean, that's what we need. That's the character needs a little bit of a bite,
Yeah.
considering all the years that he's been pretty lackadaisical. But it's just like, again, everybody kind of adapted. They adapted the whole character to the humorous portion or the sadistic humorous portion of the Freddy and the Nightmare Elm Street series. Bring it to a TV series. Just add a little more serious, sometimes a little more deadlier thought. Make him a little more craftier. Uh, but then again, you can also then incorporate that into your other, characters that are going to be the regular show people too. Make them
All
a
right.
little bit smarter.
Would you want him to be a stationary character, or would you want him to like evolve?
He's gonna have to learn to evolve. We're gonna have a new group of kids, no, a new group of people. He's gonna have to learn to adapt, not adopt. Huh. He's gonna have
And
to learn to adapt, and
this,
because he could be out. I mean, the series was done in the '90s, and there's a lot of stuff we didn't have in the '90s.
mm-hmm.
Now, if you modernize it now, you can still use the character was killed in the late whatever '90s, '80s, or whatever he was, the original character when he died. So he returns, but there's all this new stuff, all these new things that he can explore and learn, and has to figure out how to use in order to do something. The kids for a while could take advantage of that because they could use that against him in the dreamscapes.
I was going to ask you this too. Now that I think about it, if they did whatever, okay, the series, what time period should it be based in? Should they bring it in the 80s? Should they bring it to the 90s? Or should they bring it to like now? Because when they redid it, they brought it back, I think, into the 80s, and it worked. It was effective. Now, a lot of great movies were made in the 80s, and a lot of it had to do with that time and the lack of access to certain things that we don't have now. Because you can see the big divide between like 80s horror movies and the horror movies that come out now. So, like, what time period would you want to see that in?
Um, let's look at our time frame of the movies here. We're talking 84 to 2010. We could set it for late 90s. Would that work?
I wouldn't mind seeing it actually. That is a good time.
I mean, because 84 would be too. I think 84 would be too far, and a lot of people would lose interest simply because of the time frame, unless you're watching like Back to the Future.
Yeah.
But the last 2010. So I would probably shoot for like late 90s, 2000, somewhere in there, because Freddy vs. Jason was 2003. Somewhere in that general range, the end of late 90s, early 2000 at best.
Okay. Okay. Which one, if you could pick one or two of the movies to be the central story for the series, which ones would they be?
Actually, I think since we were talking about using, hang on, let me see, make sure that was the right one, because I didn't see all of them. I would go with we were talking about earlier. I would go with the Dream Warrior series. I think that's what I would do. I would go with the Dream Warrior series because I see more potential with that, because we have 4, 5 potential candidates, 5 different individuals instead of just the extras, and you could focus your story on each of those as you develop the story. Each one we learn about, going like that. I think that would work.
Okay,
it would give us some basis to work with. The other ones were single person stories, nothing major, nothing crazy. And with this we can go a lot better, give us more dynamics into the story.
I can understand that. I can understand that. I ask this then. All right. We're gonna go with that one. If you could pick anybody, in fact, give me some ideas for who you think would actually make a good Freddy Krueger for like the series. And I know we talked about this, but I'm trying to lean more towards like TV actors that are more prominent in TV, like Nancy. You said Nancy's in one, Nancy's in Dream Warriors. So who would you cast as Nancy, and who would you cast as Krueger if you had the chance? I mean, I got a list here if you wanted to go over that list.
To replace and recast Nancy, who do you got?
Well, Krueger. I got Krueger first. Jake Gyllenhaal.
No, not feeling that one.
I would say yes, and the reason why I would say yes for him is, did you ever see that movie Nightcrawler?
No, I did not.
One of the best performances he's ever done. One of the best, and it was a really good movie.
I don't know. I just
if you ever see it,
I'm starting to see all the
movies
he's been in, and something that would ring a bell that would give me that dynamic. That well, he was in Donnie Darko. He was the Prince of Persia. Nah, see, that just ruins it for me right there. that just changes all that. Day After Tomorrow, he wasn't anything there. Source Code, he was pretty cool in.
Yeah, I like them Source Code.
But that doesn't give me the the Freddy feel. I'm just not feeling that one.
See, and even right here it says in Nightcrawler that he can be intense as hell, and that's true. In that movie, he was like crazy intense. Like that was what I'm talking about. I was like, yeah, he's definitely the actor for that. What about Edward Norton?
I think he could do that one. Edward Norton. Yeah, I think I could actually see him in that. Yes, I do.
I've seen him in movies, but I haven't seen him play anything like intense like that. So I can't really, like, the best movie I liked was Fight Club, and I thought he did a good, all right job in The Incredible Hulk. But I can't really see. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I was trying to think of the movie he was the nut job in, because he was like a badass in there. It wasn't Fight Club either.
I heard he was good in American History X. I just haven't seen it.
That's it. Yes, yes, very much bad.
Let's see. Have you ever heard of Doug Jones?
Yes, I know exactly who Doug Jones is.
What?
He. I don't know if he would do. I mean, Doug's more of a. He's always the behind the scenes. He's the guy. He's the creature from the Black Lagoon and
Yeah.
What Lies Beneath. He plays Saru on Star Trek Discovery. He plays a lot of the characters in Pan's Labyrinth and stuff because of his unique physical structure. I don't see him being that character. Now he was pretty creepy in what was that movie? He was the ice cream man. Legion?
Yeah.
Now he was kind of creepy in there, but he was very short lived.
Yeah.
So,
hold on. Go
he's
ahead,
not
man.
really one to be up front in acting. I mean, he could.
Talk the telephone right quick, okay?
Sure.
All right.
Go away.
Yeah, moms.
Uh-oh.
Mama
calling.
All right. I agree with that. He is like great with like physical.
He's good for the character stuff. He works in the great. I mean, I've just only seen him start acting in Star Trek Discovery. Granted, he's playing a character in there, but that's the first time I've actually seen him really act. So it was interesting to see him step up and actually play a character instead of being just that in the background. Now, well, he also played Abe Sapien in Hellboy too.
Yeah.
That was one of the other times that he did some acting as well. So I don't know if his style work. I mean, it would be something to look at and see what they think. I just don't know if his demeanor would fit the profile.
I think he could do it physically, but it's just the acting part.
Yeah, I don't see his style. I mean, he could be somebody really creepy, but I don't think he would be a Freddy creepy. I mean, he could play like some very deranged, nightmarish creature without a doubt, and pull it off. I just don't know if he carries the same feel that I would with a Freddy type character.
Yeah.
I don't do it. Ed Norton, I could see happening. I could see him going just like overkill, crazy, and have the humor in it too because he's had some good roles. So it's very possible. Excuse me.
Like so I'm on the fence with that too. What about Elijah Wood?
No.
They brought up Maniac, but I haven't seen it, and all I could think of when I see him is Lord of the Rings.
Exactly. No. Definitely out of the three so far, a big fat It would be so out of character for him to play something like that. It'd be like Daniel Radcliffe playing a Psycho or something.
Ow.
No. Next.
What about John? They got John Leguizamo, and I like him.
He more humorous, Freddy. I don't know if I'd be too scared, but I think he would actually be able to carry the humor. But have you seen him lately?
I haven't actually seen him in a
he's not looking too
serious role.
Now.
I said physical. I meant serious role. So I don't know, but the humor, yes, I can kind of see the humor.
He could carry the humor portion. I don't know if I'd be too scared of him. I'm sure he could probably kick in a little psycho in there, but I don't know. Kind of, I'd be like a 60-40 on him right now.
All right. What about Cillian Murphy?
I don't know that one.
You ever see 28 Days Later?
Yeah.
The main guy.
Oh,
I saw him in Red Eye.
The dude. Oh, he Scarecrow.
Yeah.
Yes. 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 I think this is our strongest contender. Yeah, he's
I could
creepy,
roll
man.
with
He
him.
gives me the willies. Yeah, I could see him pulling that off.
I seen another movie with him in it, where he was kind of like this creep. Um, but he does have humor. I watched this movie last year called Free Fire.
Mm-hmm.
It was like people were dying left and right, but it was funny as hell. And he was in it, and he was just as hilarious as everybody else.
Yeah, he does have a little bit of it, but I mean, most of the characters I've seen him play, I mean, the was it Red Eye was the movie he was in? Yeah,
Yeah,
he was kind of creepy ass in there, and his freaking eyes are just like ooh scary. But yeah, he would be a very strong contender right now. I think he would actually be one above everybody else.
yeah. And
I
plus, I seen him in
could definitely
Dunkirk.
see
So
him
he's a
doing
really
it.
good actor.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've seen him in several different movies now. He's very dynamic, but I think he could pull the bad guy pretty well. I think he could do it.
Who they got? They got Steve Buscemi in here.
Nope, nope, no, no,
He,
no.
if maybe they did something with his voice, because I
Ah.
think I think he can do it, but it's just his voice.
Ugh, it's Steve Buscemi. He has his own style and genre of movies. Freddy is not one of them.
But only reason I would give it to him is because I know he can play. He can be humorous, but I know he can get really
Oh
serious.
yeah, he can. I just no, I don't. I happening. I don't. I like the guy. He's funny. He can be pretty creepy, but no, 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 no.
What about have you ever seen not is it Alexander Skarsgård?
Oh, the guy from wait,
Blood.
Alexander. There's two guys Skarsgård right now. One plays it. One plays.
One's Bill Skarsgård, the other one's Alexander Skarsgård. I think Alexander is the one that played in True Blood.
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah.
Now he would be the more evil, brutal Freddy.
The more serious one, yeah.
Yeah, he would
I
be the
agree.
more. I watched True Blood. I love True Blood, the series, and I liked his character as they developed him throughout the series. He did have those subtle moments of humor, but overall, his presence is very powerful, and his style. And I think he would probably be another good choice to go in there. Would he do it? I don't know, but we're talking theoretical here anyway. So he would be a good contender also. I could see him doing it.
Have you seen Zachary Quinto?
Yes, Spock.
Yeah. You what
He
about
could he could play the scary kind because he played a character in
the
what was
Heroes?
it? Heroes.
Yeah, he was a
Skylar.
very
He
dark
played
character.
Skylar in there. And as long as they kept Skylar more of a mystery, he was much more compelling of a character.
Yeah.
Until they brought him out and then started bringing him in more and just destroyed his character. It destroyed the illusion, the mystery behind the character. It could have left him out of the picture and still had a really good series. But again, he could be more. I don't know. I'm not quite feeling that. He does have the seriousness, but I don't know if he has the dynamic to hit that character right.
Did you see the movie Hitman 47?
Yes.
What did you think about his performance in that?
Oh, playing the bad guy in there with the yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, I enjoyed the movie. I mean, especially if you don't know the Hitman story, it kind of left you hanging. But him playing, kind of a bad guy in there was very different. But again, even that style that I don't see the Freddy connection here. I'm just not feeling that mingling of talent for that particular job. I mean, yes, he plays a really good bad guy. Yes, he's fun. Yes, he's got a lot of the other characteristics, but I don't see or feel that connection right there. You know, it's just like it would feel like he's out of place to me. You know.
I'll name two more and then we'll go on to who should play Nancy. The first one out of the two would be Kelsey Grammer.
No.
You sure?
No. Kelsey, definitely not. I mean, I like him. I like the characters he plays, but seeing Fraser as Freddy, I just can't feel that one. I don't think there's that mean. I don't think there's just that mean enough bone in his body to develop a character like that.
Okay. What about
who came up with this list?
No, like the first five, and then I just went ahead and deviated because I started realizing a lot of these people are like movie actors. I said, let me go into some TV actors that I know.
Well, I mean, some of them have done TV and movies, so they're kind of both.
What about Andrew Lincoln?
Let me see this.
The Walking Dead.
Oh, no. No.
I think he actually could.
I mean, I'm looking at a couple different pictures too. I'm kind of looking at their face and knowing I've watched the Walking Dead series, so I do have a piece in there I can familiarize. But he's borderline.
He said borderline.
He's borderline. I don't know. You know, I see Sasgard playing it better or Cillian playing it better. But he could be a contender. We can put him as a contender in that one. Give him something to do after he dies in The Walking Dead eventually. Maybe one day. But killing that series themselves anywho.
Won't be because he got turned into a zombie.
They're killing that series anyway. I mean, it's lost its magic. Definitely.
Let me see if I can find some actresses. It's going to be both TV and movie, so we'll go ahead and just go down the list. Chloe Grace Moritz.
As a Nancy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I could see her.
Okay. What about Dakota Fanning?
Maybe.
I'm sorry, man. I'm like looking at this and they got everybody under the moon except the ones I'm looking for.
I haven't heard any bad candidates so far, so I mean.
Yeah, try to pull up these. I said actresses, not actors. Jesus. Keep going. I'm sorry, man. What about Emma Watson?
No.
Emma Stone.
Let me see.
I'm trying to get
she's
people.
The redhead. Okay, Emma Stone. Maybe.
Trying to get somebody young, maybe not, because I don't know all these like new teenagers and all of this stuff. So I'm getting just young actresses that I see.
Stone could probably pull it off, but I don't think she would do it. But
what about Jennifer Lawrence?
No, she kind of fits the bill. I mean, she probably could pull it off. I don't know if
She is a great actress.
I could be border, because the first two fit the time frame, age, and about that of the Nancy character. Lawrence is much older, though she looks a lot younger. She probably could pull it off, because she did play a younger. Totally went space blank there. Damn. X-Men, Raven Lovecraft, Mystique.
Raven Darkholme, Mystique.
Darkholme, yeah. She pulled off Mystique pretty well. So I mean, it's a very good possibility. I mean, I throw her in the pool. I do. I throw her in there.
What about Margot Robbie?
Too old.
Let's see. I think she could play a slightly older Nancy.
If they did if they did an older version of Nancy, she would fit very well. Like, let's say we skip ahead, and after the first round of he's first shown up, she thinks she's got him beat. He's been knocked down, his teeth been knocked out. He's kind of rebuilding himself. She's made a life for herself, and then he starts back into it again.
Yeah.
And say it's 10 years later. Yeah, Robbie would be a very well fit.
What about Hayden Panettiere? Yeah.
Kate Penitentiary.
Yeah.
Save the Cheerleader, Save the World. She would be a younger Nancy. I don't know. She's actually played in quite a few movies where she's gotten her butt kicked around pretty hard, so she could take the hits and keep on coming back. So yeah, I could go with that.
Have you seen? We have Ashley Benson from Pretty Little Liars.
Let's see which one is that one. I watched Pretty Little Liars. I just don't remember all the Ashley Benson.
That is one frustrating show.
I know. Okay, she's the blonde. No, that's not Ashley Benson.
Yeah, she's the blonde one.
Okay, I know who you're talking about. They came up with all the wrong people here. I'm like looking at these people, I'm going, I know that's not her. I mean, I definitely know. Yeah, she's she would be a mid-age, like late 20 version of Nancy instead of a teen version.
What about Lucy Hale?
No. I don't see her in there at all. Not that style.
What about Shailene Woodley?
I'm not sure who that one is.
She played Divergent.
Oh, her? Yeah, she could take a beating. She can get in there.
What about Willa Holland?
That rings a bell.
She played in Arrow. She's the sister.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she could. Yeah, she could jump in there. She's had enough dynamics just in Arrow alone to take that up.
I gotta bring this Cara Delevingne. I just killed this girl's name. She played in the movie Valerian and the something of 1,000 Planets.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
The blonde hair girl with the dark eyebrows.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
I think I would like to see her.
Carla Devine, or is it Devine? Yeah, Carla Devine, I think's her name.
All right. What about Melissa Benoist?
That's not ringing a bell.
You don't think she could do it?
Well, I'm not. The face is not.
Supergirl.
Oh, yeah, she could pull it off. Yeah, Yeah, she could do it.
Oh, I didn't ran out.
Versions of her,
They got a whole host of chicks on here, but I don't know most of them. So, but yeah, that right there is the list. Is there anything like what other ideas would you like to see the series explore?
I would like to see, how most of the movies we always come across or something where they have a lot of cast is that there's an ability or a way to finally, banish him, put him out of his misery or whatever you want to say. Like a supernatural, a lot of times it's burn the bones or salt the whatever. There's got to be, something that they learn to find out, how to either stop him, isolate him, block him. It's a goal. It gives him a goal and it gives him something going, oh, you can't do that. I'll get you before that happens. Kind of set up a little bit of a story. Not only is he messing with him, just for revenge purposes, but they kind of have a way to at least try to lock him up or put him away. Throw something like that in there. And that gives you 13 episodes for them to build towards either finding it, being that was just fake to begin with, and they're still screwed with him forever. Something. Just throw something in there like that to make a goal per se. They have to find it in the dreamscape or something like that, and that way allows them to give them a lot of freedom in that dreamscape to play around with too. Visually, I mean, things that we have now, not necessarily in person or physically, but in the dream world, something to work for.
This is what I want to know. If we're going to do a series talking about Nightmare on Elm Street, how much origin are we going to throw in concerning Freddy Krueger? Now, I know
there's a lot. There's a couple of variant versions of that too.
Yeah, I know by default, they're definitely going to give some flashback of the past.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and I still say that even though the original one had to where he was like a child killer, I'd rather say that they would go with the way the new one did it when he was kind of like a molester, and the kids down him out, and that's how he got caught, and he's seeking revenge because of that. But
the The cooler storyline would be the nun that was raped by the 13 prisoners.
Because I want them to go into that too, because I still don't understand how in the hell this woman got. One woman was in there with 100 people. I still don't understand that.
Yeah, but that would be more. That would give it a lot more. That would give it something more in that state, a supernatural state of there is a way to beat him.
Yeah.
You know, find the bodies of the 100, or something.
And also, I think what they should do with that is, you know how they had all of those crazy guys in one place,
Mm-hmm.
and then she just happened to be in there and just got locked in there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they should do that. I think they should do it to where there was like somebody shut up, like something happened to like the power, and they all like escaped. Like it was like a riot basically.
Okay.
And then it was a lockdown, and she happened to got caught up in that. That would make more sense.
Sure. A more modern twist on the original story. Yeah. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. We just need to, get something cool in there.
Mm-hmm.
And the first episode has got to be at least, or within the first 2 or 3 episodes, there's going to be an origin story of Freddy somewhere in there. It may not be right off the bat, but, him attacking them a couple times, then somebody going back into the past and understanding what happened. Then we get our flashback story. Then we get, hey, there's our way we can get a couple more episodes, and then keep on trucking.
And just keep revealing it,
Yeah.
That way you'll give time for Freddy. Think about it. We think about Freddy Krueger. What that you think? Do you think of him as like a great character? No, you mostly remember Freddy Krueger as a person that he's humorous and he kills people, and it's the humor and how he kills people is what makes him memorable. But it's like, what do you actually know about him?
Yeah, originally, we saw just a character knocking people off in a dreamscape. Life was going on, and everything was cool. But then, we have the twist of the story as he's evolved to be more modernized from the early 80s to the late 90s and early 2000s. You get a lot of different changes in that character. So,
and along with that, I guess this will be my last point I want to add into though. How much how much screen time should Freddy have? Because I just thought about it. What the hell is Freddy Krueger doing when he's not just messing with people? Is he just in his like lair just chilling? Is he just sitting up there just sharpening his claws for like 8 hours straight? Is he just watching people? Like, should they explore that a little bit? Like, what is he doing?
Well, they could. That would be interesting. That would be like a whole separate entity. What does he do when he's not stalking them? What does he
go into like a stasis? He has to go to sleep. Does he go to hell and then come back when I don't know, when the moon is full?
I don't know, but that would be an interesting show to explore. I would be curious about it.
You just think of everything. Woo! But that's about all I have for it right now. Maybe we'll come back to it when Mana B is ready to get her Freddy Krueger going. And she came up with the idea for the video. But anyways, I guess is where we'll go ahead and leave it off for now until we decide we want to revisit it. And I'll do some more research, of course, more notes and stuff on it. And for those who don't know, they are trying to reboot the series again. Don't reboot the series again. Jackie Earl Haley, that's the guy's name. I knew it was going to happen. But don't reboot the series. Pick up from where the last movie just came out, but just do it better. But anyways, guys, we're going to go ahead and leave it here. In the comment section below, let us know what are your thoughts on our points about the Nightmare on Elm Street television series. What points did you like? What points did you not like? What points did we didn't think of and leave down there so we can go ahead and talk about that on the next video. We're probably going to do anyway on it. And also be sure to hit the like, share, and subscribe button. And remember, hit that notification button because that'll let you know when we put up videos and when we're doing our thing so you can be the first to jump on that. As well as Thursdays and Sundays, since I'm off on Sundays now, I'm just try to sneak in streamline here and there on the Sundays to get something on Sundays too. And we'll definitely catch you guys later. Narik and KP is out of
We're out of
here.
here.